Bowling 5 continues with the Viper Championship presented by PBA Bowling Challenge. We're at South Point in Las Vegas. Time now for the Geico Championship recap with Randy.
Well, did you know Stu Williams is actually a good speller? Well, can you spell a three-bagger? That would have been the end of Jason Belmonte in match number 1 as Stu takes down the two-handed wonder from down under 203-194. And in the second match against Chris Barnes, we had a tight battle until the 8th frame when Stu Williams goes light and leads the 2-4-8-10. Barnes makes some gutsy spares, some great moves, and some great shots, and throws the last 4 to take Stuart Williams out of the picture, 200-171.
Championship match is coming up next. Chris Barnes will face Ryan Simonelli. Randy, intelligence on the lane says that Barnes is going to play the same way and Simonelli is going to play the same way on the opposite side of the lane.
I think Ryan Simonelli is going to be farther outside. Chris Barnes may opt to going straight up the lane at that second arrow shot. But I want to show you, folks at home, what the bowling balls do to the oil pattern. Check out these dings or these little chip marks in the oil. Every time that ball hits the lane, it's taking off oil with each and every shot. Now let's take a look at the ball track area. Look at this area right here. You can see how much lighter it is than the outside part of this oil pattern. This is the worn area where the right-handers have been playing all day long.
The Ryan Express is in the bullpen and he'll be on the lanes next. Championship match of the PBA Viper Championship. Barnes, Simonelli, next. Back to the PBA Viper Championship presented by PBA Bowling Challenge. Championship match. Number 2 seed Chris Barnes going up against the tournament leader Ryan Simonelli. Tournament leader has said Barnes will start on the left lane and they're playing for that piece of hardware. Championship match, title match on the PBA Tour.
He's opted for the straighter is greater line with his heavy roll. I think any part of the lane he decides to play, he's going to have to be very precise. Depending on what kind of look Ryan Simonelli has, this could be a slaughter. The highest game by any right-hander today is 203. If Von Ryan's Express has got a look, might as well hand him the trophy halfway through.
Tournament leader out of Cheektowaga, New York, Ryan Simonelli. 1 PBA Tour title. Looking to stamp the PBA Media Guide and earn his second. Opening shot from the left-hander. Bang! Every career has ups and downs, and at the end of the US Open, Simonelli's took a downward trend, and here's how he dealt with it.
Been a year and a half since my last show over here, and I really think that a big part of that was a lack of confidence. It's a mental block, and it took some time, and I talked to Parker Bone and I talked to Chuck Gardner, and it really sunk in, and it got through to me that I needed to be a certain way, a certain mentality, and just make that choice to be great instead of letting the moment get to you and letting yourself squeeze or letting yourself fail, and just deciding and choosing to be great.
I think it's interesting to note that there wasn't anything mentioned in that soundbite about his physical game.
No, it shows maturing, I think, of Simonelli to understand that he needed help, and he went out and asked for it. And he sees results. And a spare for Ryan Simonelli.
Nice break there, tripping the 7 out, too, only leaving the 3-pin for Ryan as he tries to get the nerves under control.
Title match, PBA Viper Championship. Barnes in the second frame, working a spare. Tight line to the pocket, and that is a Greek church.
looked like he got soft with his speed. You know, you're going straight and direct like that, and maybe it's because of going light on the left lane, but this just looked a little slow to me. And the end result, Greek church. Let me just reiterate, whatever he's going to do, he's got to do it really, really good to get the ball to the pocket. That's obvious.
Stats courtesy of Lane Talk. Barnes, after opens, averages 60% strikes. He's going to need one here. Loss of count and open frame. Advantage Simonelli, third frame.
That's enough. I think if you're Ryan Simonelli, it's kind of hard not to get all jacked up when what has transpired throughout the day from the right-handers hasn't been very impressive in terms of scores. If you're Ryan Simonelli and you got any kind of look, you got to be thinking to yourself, hello, title number 2.
Simonelli won his PBA Tour title in 2011 at the Earl Anthony Memorial Classic when he qualified there as the #1 seed. So 2 strikes on the left lane, or rather on the right lane. Now moving to the left. Simonelli looking for his first double. And during the World Series of Bowling, in strike on strike, Simonelli averaging 65% strikes after strikes. Nearly 2/3 of the time he cashes in on the double. 17-pin lead, can increase it to 27 with a strike here in the title match.
It was almost like the writing was on the wall based on what you saw the right-handers do with the ball reaction they had, and one southpaw, the only southpaw, waiting in the wings. You had to think if this guy has any type of reaction, Simonelli is going to maul him. I know it's early. Nice shot, nice shot.
Barnes mixes a strike, he's sticking with the game plan, and he doubles there. Cutting the lead to 17 pins. Now you can outfit yourself like the pros with official PBA jerseys that are available exclusively at PBA.com. The jerseys are made from high-performance fabric and can be customized for each person or team. Head to PBA.com today and click on the custom jersey link and get started. Key shot here for Barnes in the title match. He can cut the lead to single pins with another strike. All of a sudden, Barnes comes right back.
That's a great pitch. Great pitch. But take a look at these two arms. The left arm versus the right arm. The size of the left bicep of Ryan Simonelli versus the right. It's about twice as big.
Simonelli on a double, and he drives the rack, splits the 8 and the 9. Back to 17-pin advantage, halfway home in our title match at the PBA Viper Championship.
I want you to watch this athletic move. Big first step, unusual, but watch this. Look at this athletic move, the knee bend, the balance. Kid's powerful, he's off to a great start. And he's just throwing 10 back. Working on 3 in a row. Can increase his lead to 27 again.
His mantra is stay slow with the feet and calm with the swing.
Oh, God. Quick.
There you go, Mike J.
And he went against his mantra.
Yeah, you just said it. You got quick, and then he pulled it. That's usually the tendency. You get too fast, the swing gets late, and then the player pulls from the top. And usually when that happens, ball's going to go inside a target.
Simonelli has not left the spare conversion at the World Series of Bowling. He faces down the 2, the 4, and the 7. Perfect conversion. 14 pins is the lead. And
Chelsea, his fiance right there. His dad, Mr. Simonelli, to her left. Angelo, nice man, spoke with him during the World Series of Bowling. He really is he's really out here, gives his son a lot of support. It's good to see him out here always.
Barnes on the turkey can cut the lead down to single pins again. 6th frame championship match. White, 7 stands.
Boy, he wanted that one. That was a good touch and a good shot. It just didn't quite grab the lane hard enough to get up into the 1-3 and carry that 7. 15-pin deficit with a spare here halfway through this match.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah, let's make it interesting.
Mark it a spare, dude.
Sometimes players can get so wrapped up in adjustments and ball and hand and speed, micromanaging, that when they go to shoot a simple single pin spare, they lose focus. Luckily, it didn't cost Chris that time.
Final 4 frames, title match at the PBA Viper Championship, presented by PBA Bowling Challenge, South Point here in Las Vegas.
He's been good on this lane, 2 out of 3 strikes through 6.
Messenger, no! How did that not go down?
Well, it got in front of it, and it did. The heavy part of the pin didn't catch the 10 pin. Great shot. Head pin gets twisted around and doesn't catch enough of the 10 with the heavy part of that head pin to knock it down.
Cover. Barnes is running out of frames. He trails by 16 pins. Big 7th and 8th frame for Simonelli, to say the least.
Well, Simonelli's coming off of the 1 bad shot. Hard to keep the adrenaline from overflowing, but he has to find a way to stay soft, or excuse me, slow enough the first couple steps.
Just high enough for a 6-pin.
Good shot. This kid's got a lot of power, a lot of revolutions, a lot of speed. And anytime he could throw it hard and hit it, he's going to be a major factor.
Simonelli fills the frame and has a 15-pin advantage, 3 to play. And the title still in the balance. Chelsea and Angelo looking on. And the pitch in the 8th.
Yeah.
Drilled for a strike.
Well, that ball was coming in with some bad intentions. Right now, Chris Barnes trailing by 15 as you take another look at some 6 speed and power. Nothing left but shrapnel. Now, Chris Barnes can strike out for 231. Simonelli, however, can strike out for 246. Barnes needs to get back on the strike train, double up here, and put a little pressure back on Ryan Simonelli.
Perfect pocket hit. Barnes sets himself up with a strike in the 8th.
And he's going to have to muster up all of his shot-making abilities in these next 2 frames to have a chance to beat Ryan. And I think that if he doesn't strike on this next ball, he loses this title match.
Yes! Right there! We're not done yet.
Let Simonelli know he's still in the building. 5-pin advantage for Ryan in the 9th.
No need for me to say a thing after that shot.
Simonelli set himself up in the 8th. Now his foundation frame. And he answers the challenge of Barnes. Back to 15.
And the correct demeanor to have after throwing that shot. That is exactly the react you want to see from young Ryan Simonelli. A great shot to answer Barnes' double. He comes right back at Barnes with his own and no reaction whatsoever. A strike in 8. And Ryan Simonelli wins for the 2nd time on tour.
Light and a 7-10 split.
Well, you heard Ryan say it. This was a bad shot. He missed off of his hand.
Missed. Kicked it out all the way across the pin deck.
That was close. Barnes still needs the first strike in the 10th frame to win. But check out this follow through. I want you to watch his hand go right of his head. He missed it at the bottom, he tried to save it, and that's what made the follow through go to the right. Chris Barnes needs the first strike here. If he doesn't strike on this ball, Simonelli still wins.
The work's not done yet, but the heavy lifting is.
What a great shot by future Hall of Famer Chris Barnes.
That's enough. Chris Barnes, 16-time titleist, PBA Viper Championship winner.
Thanks for your help.
Barnes given second life, and he takes advantage.
Well, you can't help but feel for Ryan Simonelli. We'll see him next week at the Chameleon Championship. It was a tough break, but Chris Barnes came through like the future Hall of Famer that he is.
16 titles, further solidifying a Hall of Fame career with the PBA. We'll talk to Chris when we return to South Point after this.
Well, here's Chris Barnes sealing the deal. Just an absolute phenomenal shot in the 10th frame. Just another title for the Barnes camp. Good stuff. Let's throw it down to Kimberly with our winner.
I'm here with a very excited Linda and Chris Barnes. So, Chris, that was a tough grind for you, but you pulled it through. How's this feel?
Well, it feels great, you know, and over the years I've had some struggles, but the last 3 or 4 years it's really turned around and had more shots like that than the other way. You know, Stu and those guys broke them down from so far left that the right lane really got nasty, and you know, I had a good support staff behind me. We talked about it, made the right move, and this time it worked out pretty good.
Well, congratulations to you on becoming our new PBA Viper champion.
Chris Barnes adds to the Hall of Fame resume. Our next PBA Tour telecast is next Sunday at 1 Eastern. The PBA Chameleon Championship, part of World Series of Bowling 5. 20-plus countries competing here at the World Series of Bowling. Belmo comes up short. England, in the form of Stuart Williams, comes up short. But this man, Chris Barnes, PBA Viper champion. For Kimberly Pressler and Randy Peterson, this is Mike Jakubowski. We'll see you next week.